Hi everyone, I'm off to go and get a couple of extras put on the bike this morning. I'm heading down to Crosby and just fix my left mirror a little. Time to do it is when there's nothing in front of you, so not while you're coming on a bend or anything like that. So I think I'm pretty good there. So yeah, I'm off to Crosby to go and get a few things fitted on the bike. I could have done these myself, but honestly, time nowadays is at an absolute premium, so I decided to pay someone to do it properly. I didn't want to be cutting motorbike fairings and panels and making an absolute mess of my new bike. So I'm getting someone else to do it. So what have we got? The affiliate links in the description always have had Innovv products. I've got an Innovv bike camera on my mountain bike. It's a semi-permanent camera, and Innovv have sent me their latest K7 motorbike camera. It's a 2K camera front and back, so I know that I'm protected with footage wherever I go, even when I'm not doing any recording. So the kit does look really high quality. There's obviously a main unit which goes tucked away underneath the seat somewhere, and then you've got a little button which allows you to save clips. So that's going to go on. Just close my visor down a little bit. Don't want to get eye splattered by a fly. I've also got from Innovv, and thank you very much to Innovv for sending me these as well. They've sent me them to have a little look at and put on the bike. They've also sent me a blind spot camera. Now it's quite interesting for me. I've had blind spot cameras on different vehicles before. It's just highlighting when someone could be sitting in your blind spot. Now, as you know, I'm a big advocate of not driving in a formation that you're going to be next to someone all the time. But sometimes people will be in your blind spot. I'm generally pretty good, I think. I don't think there's going to be many times where I'm going to miss someone. But an added piece of tech just to make you aware, I think would be a good thing. I'm not sure where I'm going to mount it, but not much room now with the lorry. Oh, don't know, you know. I think I'm okay slowly. So yeah, we've got a blind spot warning system that we're going to get fitted. I've also been sent, and this was before I even got the bike as well, don't know how to pronounce it, Aoocci. It's a Carplay screen which is going to go here. I've already stuck the mount up, and it allows me to put Waze maps on. Was that road closed? Possibly. And we go right here as well. I think there's going to be a fair bit of traffic. No, I'm not. I'm going to go straight on. I'll go a different way. I'll go down the bottom. Everyone's going to be fighting to go that way. I'll go a different way. So yeah, I've been sent an Aoocci, I think that's how you pronounce it, Apple CarPlay screen. It allows me to have navigation on. There is a navigation system on the Triumph, but it's only very basic. It's sort of like turn by turn, so you can't see where you're heading. Sort of like a few steps ahead. I rely on Waze in the car, so it's nice to have that opportunity to have it on the bike. So I'm heading down to Crosby this morning. The bike's going to be probably left overnight with Bridge Road Motorcycles. and we'll see what the light want to pick it up. So everything looks as though it's been installed nice and neat, which is all good. This is possibly a little bit low. I might try and get a bracket and put it here, but overall pretty good job. I can still see it illuminates. I've got my save button there, which is perfect, although I don't think I'll be using that much. What I usually do is just take the SD card out and just download all the files. It looks pretty good. I haven't got the screen connected yet, but honestly, I will do that when I'm obviously not riding. It's all pretty good. Doesn't affect my view of the normal screen. I've got to lean a little bit to see the fuel gauge, but honestly, with where it is, I'm quite happy, to be honest. It is adjustable. I could tweak it slightly. There's a little bit of give in the cables, which is all good. Yeah, that's pretty good. It warns people, or it warns me when there's people coming up behind. The audible beep's pretty good as well. It's quite loud, so the radar system works well. Nice gap for me to float. So let's see, what about this? I'm going to sit just with this car in my blind spot. I'm going to see what the sensor does. I wonder whether it's got to have people from behind coming past you, which would make sense as well, because if I've just overtaken that car, I should know it's there. Okay, I'm going to head back into the left. Crossing could be a little issue here, lights could change. Very good. So, just going to have a little look. I'm just going to wait till I have a vehicle coming up past me. Then we'll see what goes on with the rear radar system. But it's gone off a couple of times when people are approaching. Let's just have a little look at it here as I'm doing this slow down towards the lights. So yeah, it says that there's a car approaching from that left hand side, and one from a right hand side approaching, one from the left hand side and behind. Both flashes are when someone's approaching from behind. Not sure whether it would do your head in a little bit, constantly beeping like that every time a car came past. I suppose it's designed for motorcyclists who are generally going to be the fastest thing on the road, because there you go, so whenever someone's come past, it's been beeping. I'm going to turn right here, I think. Not sure whether the beeping takes your attention away from looking on the road. That is my first little thought with it. Don't know. I suppose I will learn to ignore that when I don't need it. I did a little bit yesterday on the third eye system. When I picked this bike back up from Bridge Road Motorcycles in Crosby, I did a little bit on my first impressions on this third eye system. It's pretty good. I'm just mindful though it doesn't distract what you are looking at when you're out on the road. Any distraction is not a good thing, especially when you're riding a motorbike. So I'm going to give a little bit more of an impression over that shortly, but I've connected my screen. As you can see, it is touchable with my gloves on as well, which is quite nice. There's Deezer. Don't want that, I want my maps on. So that's all good. Aoocci C5, it's not got any cameras attached to it because I prefer to use the stuff, no bones about it, I prefer to use the stuff that I've got the affiliate links. But just on that, I started using VFO cameras way before I started putting them and earning a little bit of commission from selling them in my affiliate links. So I only sell stuff that I would use myself. So let's have a little look to see whether I would recommend this screen. Now I have adjusted it slightly. Let me just stand up on the bike. I've just tilted it slightly further forward that way so I can see a little bit more of the fuel gauge. It doesn't affect my view of the main screen, but it is still nicely just connected to the handlebars. Obviously it moves with them, so it's not going to foul anything. That's all good. So we're going to have a little look to see how this performs. I'm just going to see whether you can see this screen with this camera as I'm riding. I'm not actually going to set the sat-nav. Sat-nav is obviously connected to Waze. Waze is my go-to for the sat-nav in the car, and it's my go-to in any scenario, to be fair. I've used Waze all around the world, so it's nice to have it. It is a better system than the one on the Triumph, because the Triumph is just turn by turn. I can set it up on my phone, but I have to get my phone out, plumb my destination in, then put my phone away. Where here I could pull up at the side of the road, probably take my glove off. I don't think the screen is big enough for me to use it easily with my gloves on, but I'm pretty sure you could use voice recognition. In fact, let's have a little go at this. Search, will it search with my gloves on? No. So with gloves on, it's not for me usable, but we're going to have a little look to see the visibility of it. It's a nice neat little unit, so we're going to have a little look at that. I'm also going to have a little look at the cameras that I got fitted, the K7 Innovv K7 camera system. I did have it going when I rode home yesterday, but to be honest, they weren't quite set level. John at Bridge Road Motorcycles said I might have to have a little tweak, and it was impossible for him to work out exactly when they were level because he didn't have the app. So I've got the app. The app's pretty tidy, and I downloaded a little bit of footage, and the download speed is pretty quick. But I am gonna, a little bit later when I get back, show you how I would actually get into where it's located and access the SD card. Right, let's quickly show everyone how I access the files on the SD card. I've got to unclip the rear seat, which is easy. There's a little plug for the heated seat. It's actually quite easy, they're colour coded, so I can just, need two hands to do it. Unplug. So there's the first bit. I'm going to stick that over here. Next part is again to unplug the front seat, heated seat. It's the same type of plug, so it's quite straightforward. That can go over here. Then I need a little bit of a socket, set. You could use this with an Allen key yourself, and there's effectively just 4 bolts. I'm going to show you these bolts. So you take off this bolt, that bolt, that bolt. I took that one off yesterday when I had to go getting it. I'm not sure whether I actually need to this time, but then I'll see. If you take it off, take it off. It's not just the extra bolt. And then you unscrew this. This part can clip off where the toolkit is, and it gives me access to lift just enough. It's just a shame. I just don't know whether I need to do all this all the time, whether or not I could just cut this out. Interesting. I don't think I'm going to be putting my phone in there. Anyway, let's show you how to do it. This screw comes off at the front, that I showed you before. It takes literally a couple of seconds. We're all good with that. Put that over here as well, and then I'll show you how this all works. So this clips off. So there's the toolkit. I'm just going to leave that to the side. There is another electrical switch that's in here. I'm just going to show people this as well, that it could take off. I suppose I could take that one off as well. And there's the microphone. That's where John's put it. Interesting. So you could actually just wire that up and put it on yourself. You could have that just loose and just clip it to the underside of your lid. To be honest, that's quite good. I didn't realise I had a microphone like that. Happy? Now, I'm going to leave it there because I use external microphones. Then let's see whether we can get this bit off. So, is there a little bit of room? Yes, there is. So I don't need to take that other bolt out. And here is the unit. What I'm going to do is take the SD card out. And I'm actually not going to go and put the files on the computer, then bring it back. I've got plenty of spare SD cards, so I'm just going to go and quickly grab an SD card, then put a new one back in, put it back together. Done. So the footage from the Innovv K7 is, I'm just going to adjust my mirror now, I think, while you have a little look at the footage. The footage is 2K front and back. There is an option to have 1080p and image stabilized, but to be honest, I think I would prefer the 2K, and this bike is pretty smooth from the footage that I saw yesterday coming home. It was all crooked, but it is pretty smooth, so it'll be interesting. This is the first time I'm going to have a look at the footage properly front and back, and it is 2K front and back. There's no downscaled resolution for the rear cam, which I think is nice, because quite often I'm going to be having cameras on the bike. I've got my Insta360 X4 here, which can have a view of a head, and I've obviously got my DJI Osmo 3. This is the camera that's on my chin mount. But for when I'm just riding and when I'm not doing any vlogging, personally, it's nice to have a camera system in place. But so the footage isn't ever going to be the same as an action camera. It's not the same as an action camera on my car dash cam, and my car dash cam is running at, well, it can run at 4K, but I actually run it at 2K. I think 2K, honestly, if the footage is good enough, gives a good picture, and even for the stuff that I do on YouTube, not a problem. What's the footage like here? Interesting to have a little look at it. Okay, now my radar system was beeping there to warn me of the vehicle approaching behind. Apparently it works out speeds as well, and the angle that I found out even yesterday that it detects people from, just moved to the opposite side just to potentially give him a little bit more space with the dog. But the angles that it works with are quite substantial, so it's pretty good. It does pick up things right from the side, but it's something that I've got to be careful of, that I don't get distracted. I think that dog's okay. Yeah, we're all right here as well. So yeah, not to get distracted because your attention's away. And even with the screen that I've got, I will be having, don't forget, a connection to the intercom system on my lid. So what I can do, let's see what it's like over the speed bumps. Oh, nice. It does soak up the bumps quite nicely, even in a seated position. Yeah, no issues. All right, sorry, just playing about. I haven't ridden the bike much, but yeah, I will be getting the voice directions from SatNav straight into my lid, so it takes the need to be looking down at your SatNav too much, which is good. Horn's all right. I must admit, the screen on the Aoocci C5, it's easily readable. I think if it was any bigger, it would be an obstruction to the main dials and the main information I've got. So that's something that you can be mindful of as well. I'm just going straight on at the roundabout. Let's have a little look early. See, are we going to be arriving at the same time as the silver one? No, we're not, are we? So we're all good. Hiya, buddy. I forgot about how nice bikers are. The nod of their head. I do occasionally put SatNav on, even when I'm just travelling a route that I know for roadworks and bits and bobs. It's going to be less important on the bike, so I don't think I'll be using the SatNav as much. Will I be using the other parts too? Will I be using the music? I might be using music. Let's just see where the blue one's going. Okay. I might be using the music, but the other stuff regarding the messages and the other functions of my phone, I absolutely won't be using. So there are certain things that this screen can do that honestly there's no in the world I would advise anyone getting into the systems and starting, you know, doing any stuff that's going to take your attention away. So the purpose for me, it's just a SatNav screen. That's it. Maybe an access to music, but again, I'll pick my time to do that. Okay, so this hasn't gone off as much. Did it go off there? No. Yes, it did. But you notice there, my attention was taken away a little bit from the traffic lights changing in front of me, and I wasn't quite as ready as I would have liked because that thing beeped. So that's something that I am going to have to be super careful of. It wasn't a problem. I was still able to get my checks in, still able to get away with the flow of the traffic, so wasn't a problem. But it is something that you have to be mindful of, and again goes back to what I said at the start. Any little bit that takes your attention away from what's happening out there isn't good, so just be mindful of it. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to hook a left. I'm going to head down to the back end of my gull. Yeah, it just warned me nicely that the vehicle was approaching as I was doing that corner. I was aware of it, but I think that's what you've got to be like. I think it's just learning just to adapt that beep just slightly to, it's not a panic, but it's a, yeah, I know it's just giving me an extra little warning, that's all. If you do need any motorcycle stuff done in Liverpool, go and see John and Mark at Bridge Road Motorcycles down in Crosby. The service that I got was excellent. They're not sponsoring this, I'm just telling people how I found them. They were excellent, accommodating. John sent me a message on a Friday night about 8 o'clock saying I've just finished the bike. So he was working on my bike up until that time. Now I'm not saying he's going to work on yours. I think he was just wanting to do such a good job. And he's just that nutty about bikes that he messaged me, sent me a few little videos of how it was getting on, and then I went to collect yesterday, which was Saturday. Today we are Sunday. So all in all, really pleased. I'm going to go up onto the motorway and then a little ride back. That'll do me for today. I've got a few little things that I need to do in the garden. I think we've got some rainy weather coming back in. I've had a little bit of work done on the house recently, so I've got to tidy up a few things. So a little bit of work this morning. You know, strange talking about going out for a ride on a motorbike as work. I am truly fortunate to be able to do what I do, and it's all down to you excellent people who follow me, watch these videos, comment, like I said, buy your dash cams and motorcycle cams and motorcycle screens through the links in the description. It all helps, and it allows me to spend more time doing this stuff, educating people rather than having to teach. But there's always going to be a basis of me teaching. There's no way I'm ever going to get away from that. Yeah, good. Just picking up on that one to the right. I think it's the best way to use this. Use it as a trigger to check mirrors again. Nothing wrong with a little check of mirrors when that goes off. I think that's how I'm going to use it. It's definitely the best way to think about the radar system. That beep is just a way of saying be aware. Definitely the best way to think about it. So use it as a way of encouraging you to check around you. Perfect use for it. Happy with that assessment. Keep safe. See you soon. I'm definitely less triggered by the beeping now. It's amazing. We always talk about different mindsets to do certain things, and as time goes on I'm becoming more and more of a driving and riding psychologist rather than a driving instructor. But yeah, now I'm thinking about those beeps as a way of just saying check your mirrors. It's honestly, it's less distracting now. Perfect.